Hello and welcome to Options Trading Authority Options 101. This is a new generation Options 101 course. We've made this course more succinct, more to the point, more to attack the information that you need to know to get you on the right path that is systematic, strategic, for having a plan to trade options starting right away. You also need to understand options, certain aspects about the mechanics, how they work, how this pricing model works in a practical way, how the premium decay model works over between longer term options, shorter term options, weekly options, and even intraday. You need to learn how to read an options chain, how to determine price and the rate of change in the option, the deltas. You need to know the basics of the Greeks. You don't need to know the exact Black-Scholes formula. You don't need to start writing math equations. All right. You need a practical way of being able to look at a price chain, spot what you need to spot, and then trade what you need to trade. You need to know what option to pick. Okay, we're going to teach you this. What option do you buy? What option do you sell? What options do you place for a credit spread? What cover call do you sell? Okay, you don't want to get yourself in trouble. What naked option do you sell? How do you sell naked options without getting in trouble and turning them into a great net worth building benefit? Okay, how do you do these strategies so they don't lose your money? Now, there are a lot of courses out there that are marketing option strategies as a magic formula. Just do this magic formula. Just do credit spreads. Just do credit spreads with 90% winning. Just do butterflies, iron condors. Let's do a ratio back spread. It's a magic. Just do calendar spreads. You just make money every month. Just do cover calls. Hey, Warren Buffett did it. And so on and so on. These are pitched as magic strategies on their own, but let me tell you, they're not. In fact, if you treat an option strategy as if just doing the strategy, just randomly selling covered calls or naked puts or naked calls or credit spreads, you're likely to lose money, okay? Not make money. But when you combine an option strategy with a price-based trading system, now, all of a sudden, you have a whole world of opportunity for potential profitability and risk reduction. Right? What you want to do is you want to combine all your trading with very specific, clear-cut rules, and you'll only get those through trading price charts. See, this is especially the case with options. With options, the clock is always ticking. Your options expire. Depends on the expiration you enter, but they expire. Your premium decays. Now, it's nice if you're selling options. When you're purchasing options, that's going to be your challenge. But when you purchase options, you have unlimited potential reward. With a sold option, you're always capped with your reward, and plus the risk reward ratios are inverted. Okay, you have, it could be unlimited risk if you sold a naked option. Well, how do you deal with that to turn that into a limited risk? Okay, how do you deal with the premium decay issues? And we'll teach you about how to understand premium decay and then how to deal with it. How far out in time do you want to buy time? Is buying a lot of time really the smart thing to do? All right, you have to get into the optimal options position, because there's a balance between buying too much time where your deltas are terrible and you don't hardly make any money while your stock moves a bunch, versus buying too short of a time where your premium is decaying so rapidly that But ultimately, you can buy very short-term options. You can trade an option and make a lot of money in 1 hour, okay? And I'm talking about vanilla options, and I didn't even get to binary options. And we're going to cover binary options as well, the basics of binary options. the binary options market has expanded immensely. And I've been I've been at the forefront of developing binary option systems ever since they started to become popular in 2009. I was probably the first to develop one, at least definitely the first to develop a viable one. Okay, so I have a lot of experience in that, and I can teach you how to get on the right path and teach you to potentially trade a very prolific binary option system. Now, also, we have expanded into Nadex. And so Nadex offers now some very powerful opportunity and some unique edge that other binary options brokers or vanilla options brokers don't offer. And so there's a potential there that is pretty amazing. And so we'll touch base on Nadex as well. But ultimately, you need to take all these types of binary options, okay, and you need to have a very specific entry and exit plan with time. All right, you need to buy the appropriate option that compares to the time of trade, and that's going to relate to your system. What type of system are you trading? Are you trading a swing trading system? Are you trading a trend trading system? Well, how long? What type of trend? Well, what type of swing? Is it a micro swing? How many days is it going to last? Potentially, if it does well. Then a day trade. Well, what kind of day trade? An intraday trade. Well, what kind of intraday trade? Are we talking, a 5-minute or 60-second binary option? Or are we talking about an intraday trend which could last a couple hours? All right. Are we talking about pop moves, and a half a day trend, a whole day trend? So how does the decay work on that with a weekly option, for example? We'll figure this out. I'll show you how to figure it out. So it's super simple. Super simple. You're going to understand how options chains works. You're going to be able to look up the options chain. Okay, what do I buy? What do I sell? Okay, what are you going to be able to tell if these options are good or bad? Meaning that, hey, is the market maker stuffing the price? And then you may ask, well, why is the price so inflated? Well, is it because of the volatility of the stock, meaning the stock's jumping around a lot? All right. Or is it in anticipation of an event, such as an earnings release? Well, you need to know how that works so you avoid the troubles that can come with just these premium jackings, all right? And then, if an option's cheap, well, you've heard, you may not have heard the term of buy options when they're cheap and sell them when they're expensive. Yeah, well, in the premium pumping and popping concept, but if a stock moves at a particular rate on a continual basis, their options are going to be more expensive, and you can still make a lot of money if their options are more expensive. And then if a stock barely moves at all, or looks like a cardiogram where someone's about to just died. Okay, that's a terrible analogy. Okay, sorry, but if it looks like not much is going on, and then well, your options will be super cheap. But then again, you can say, you can buy cheap and it may not go anywhere, or you can buy cheap in a different way to trade a different style and take a different type of move and actually make money from that slow dead stock. So there are a lot of options with options, and there are a lot of ways to trade. And I've developed systems for most every way, and with a lot of systems. Okay, so anyways, we'll show you how to read these chains, how to pick the right options, how to deal with time decay dynamically, and then we'll get to we'll show you how to get to a plan, so you can start setting up your own plan about how to enter exactly, how to put a stop loss exactly, and then we're going to shift the thinking over to the correct way of thinking, okay, for successful trading, and that's you need to think as a very serious business, and for some of you, you may not even understand the concept of a business. You may just want to think in terms of a job. Well, if you screw around your job and you don't get things done, guess what happens to you? You're fired. If you screw around in your trading and you don't get things done correctly, what happens? Well, your broker's going to fire you, okay? They're going to say, you don't have any more money, okay? So if you run a business seriously, let's say you're running a grocery store. You have a cost of goods, right? You have revenues, and your revenues per average deal must be higher than your cost of goods sold. Then your in your costs need to include your fixed costs, your variable costs. Now in trading, we're not talking about your data feed or your commission. That's just nonsense. Okay, that's nonsense cost. That's not even a cost, hardly. It's so small. Your costs are losses, all right? Or your costs are missed entries, all right? Because if you have a trade that's a system that's successful, meaning that it's profitable, and you divide up all the trades by the profit, you'll see each trade has an average profit, okay? Even the losses, right? With a profitable system, there are no losing trades. Why? How is that? Well, you don't know which trade's going to win. You may think you do, but in the markets, a lot of the times, you have no clue. So you just do the system. And so every trade you don't do, you miss out on profit. Every trade you try to guess being right about, then, well, there goes another average profit deal. All right, but then first of all, you need a system that has the potential to do that because it has proven itself in the past. Okay, nothing's guaranteed in the future, but our best bet is to put ourselves in a high probability position for the future. Anyways, we have a lot of great stuff to cover. I need to show you a bunch of pitfalls you need to avoid. There's pitfalls on the mechanical level. There's pitfalls on the mental level. There's pitfalls on the emotional level. The emotional level is massive, okay? But once you get core fundamentals down, you can help prevent yourself from being seduced by the siren song of the marketplace. You start watching that ticker too much, you will get seduced, okay? We're going to show you, and you'll get better at avoiding that over time. But you need to avoid this seductive, emotionalism, emotional drama of the price flow action of the marketplace. For example, you need to become so systematic that you don't get involved in the drama of the marketplace. Now, it's very exciting when your stock is going up, your options position is going up. I mean, it feels great, like you've taken some, like you're high on something and sugar and everything's sunny and happy, right? And everything's awesome. And then when your position's going down, it's like you're on a blood sugar low. It's all cloudy out. It's, life is terrible. Everything's bad. There's extreme emotionalism, right? So you need to get out of that. All right, you're getting suckered in by the marketplace. And then once the marketplace has you emotional like that, you can be led to where the marketplace wants you to go, which means the marketplace is going to tell you exactly when to get in and get out to lose as much money as possible, as fast as possible. The market wants your money, in other words, okay? Anyways, we're going to cover all these things, all these strange ideas, right? All these strange concepts. Well, for those who have experience in trading, you know what I'm talking about, at least in most of what I'm talking about. How to find your holy grail, okay, and avoid the other holy grail, okay? You're a true holy grail, a trading method that's going to work in options, okay? And how to avoid this goose chase of 110% winning, as I call it, okay? That's very hard to avoid, but I'll explain it and how to avoid it. We're going to learn about day trading approaches, trend trading approaches, swing trading approaches. We're going to learn about binary options, stock options, index options, ETF options, the basics of options Greeks, what you need to know that's practical. How to avoid, you're going to understand volatility traps, premium decay, how to deal with it, ebb and flow with it, trade with the appropriate price, set up according to the charts. We're going to introduce the basics of some of these option strategies, spreads, covered calls, and all that good stuff. All right, so, and plus, on top of that, we're going to introduce the concept of money management and position sizing. That's massive. Okay, but I'm running out of time, so if you need more information, contact us. Sign up for the opt-in form on this page to learn more about this course and related courses. Otherwise, just get started. Thank you.